Guys, I feel like I'm in the after. The afterlife, the after omega, omega, alpha, omega, beginning, end, everything. Okay? All of it's all of it's been shown to me. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's like you've been there. You've seen that. You've thought that. You've seen this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. You pretty much studied them, but maybe you weren't trying to study people. Like, I'm studying you. Hey, can you come in my house? I'm gonna study you. Take off your clothes. Sit on the table. No, I don't know. I don't know why you would try to do that. I don't think it would work if you tried to tell someone who's walking past your house, you tried to shout out, "Hey, will you take off your clothes and come in? I'm gonna study you a little bit." They wouldn't do it. No one's gonna do that, okay? Just calm down. Stop getting so excited, all right? Because you know what? The leftovers are here and they're in your fridge and they're probably moldy. And let's face it, all you have left in life is to stare at this big Tupperware of everything you've ever came into contact with here, everything you've been exposed to here, the elements, the planets, the people, the pool sticks, hobbies, interests. I'm just you got. I could have said it cleaner, but you get it. Everything you've been exposed to, all the social situations, all the crazy weirdos, all the people who seem really normal, but the reality is they just try to seem so normal, but they're not. They could never be normal because that's the way they are. They're two-sided. They they're just very conflicted in very many ways, and they're probably a sick psychopath, weirdo, delusional, crazy. Probably does things you don't want to know. You don't want to know what that person's pumping out of their sink. Probably gerbil fetuses. Just saying. Something crazy like that. Look, once you live for a while and you've witnessed the internet, because the internet's kind of a bizarre phenomenon, really. Because you can go on there and see any information that you want. Like, if you just thought, you can't even have an original thought. Type everything you've ever thought into the internet and see if someone had a conversation about it. Probably, they probably did. But, that's how people become famous and, they become so interesting. And then 100 years later, they're not so interesting, probably because people have evolved past that kind of concept of that person, but they can still be very relevant and historically, impactful. But what I'm trying to say is, you come up with something interesting and juicy, and that's valuable to the human race because it pushes us forward, it evolves us. But, some people might say that we are not evolved. We're actually de evolved because of the technology and everything else. I just think there were stupid people all along. And I think that the human race has always been stupid. Just think about like how stupid a caveman was. They're really dumb, you know? They just kind of like kill animals and then it's just so happened that they had to become farmers, and then it just so happened that they had to put metal and little screws together to make a television to hear what was happening miles away in a country that is just so far away that who cares what happens. you know like the whole other side of the planet could just be like scalped off or something, you know what I mean? They could just like big giant butter knife could just butter the entire other side of the world, and would it really affect me? Is it melted in my ocean? Is that butter gonna melt in my ocean? Just a big piece of bread here, guys. Right? You need to butter that bread and get back in line. Because we're all people. We gotta do things to get places to be, things to think, and things to do, but probably nothing really to do because we've already thought about a lot of stuff. We've already done all this stuff. We've already been revealed the grand scheme of all this stuff, right? So there you go. There's your leftovers. You know, be satisfied with it. Expired can of food. Well, what did you expect? You know what I mean? That's kind of what life is, kind of like you think your original person, you think that things are interesting, and then you almost look at the can of food. This is life. The whole universe packed in that can, and it says expired 500 million years ago. Like everything you ever, like anything you can learn is just not fresh information to people who have been here. Like you learn something, and there's like a guy who knew all of that stuff that you knew and more, right? So much more significant of a brain. You know what I mean? It's so much more significant of a brain. And you thought you were significant when you were learning how to peck little seeds up like a pigeon. You thought you were a falcon. You thought you were a parrot. Oh my God, look at this parrot and all the colors it has. And it can say things. Oh my God, look at him. He just said things the other guy said. Like a singer who sounds exactly like the next singer over if you really think about it. It's like the same thing, but different. Wow, they're so unique. Wow. Wow, life's so special, isn't it? Oh my God, it's so exciting. Did someone just post another music video? Did someone just post another short? Did someone just post another? Did someone just write another book? Wow. I think you get it. The big reveal is over. You're in the aftermath of it. You're in the fields beyond, man. You're in the great beyond, and it's nothing just a big pile of rice, carrots, broccoli, cauliflower, chicken, lightly seasoned with garlic powder, salt, and pepper. That's what I had for dinner the other night. Actually, it was actually not a bad chicken dish. It was pretty simple but effective. I got my vitamins. Actually, I did eat leftovers today of that. Wow. That was relevant to what we're saying. Yeah. Life is just a big pile of leftovers. Throw it in the microwave. Let it give it all you got. Like it's not old salami. Pastrami. Let's pretend it's not old pastrami. That life is so new and exciting and fresh. In fact, let's just believe it's exciting to just manufacture excitement, and then we're stuck in a paradox of what it is to actually be excited. If you create excitement, then they will always be exciting as long as you love creating it, right? Wow. Or you could just see it as some leftovers in the fridge and step out of the paradox of, oh, everything's so beautiful. And why don't you just get the end result? Why can't we just die already? Okay, okay, you know what? That was too much. It was a joke. It was a joke, but okay, you know what? I'm gonna take a time out here and chill out. I think I took that to the extreme, and yeah, I'm completely okay. Life definitely isn't just all revealed to me, and it's not interesting anymore because I just seen it all and learned everything, and basically just wow, this is what everything is. That definitely didn't happen. All right, later.